Hi, guys, and welcome to the Ky's Corner podcast. I am your host, Ky Bologna, and honestly, it's been forever since I've sat down and just filmed an episode, so this absolutely feels wonderful. It's probably been at least a month, and honestly, I feel like so much has happened. I have gone to my favorite music festival of the year during Memorial Day weekend. That was absolutely crazy. We were in like 7 inches of mud. It was absolutely wild. And like, I've just had such a fun time. It's finally starting to get nice and sunny where I live. I don't know about like where you guys live, but we've had a ton of rain this year. So it's so nice to finally have the sun. I think later today I'm going to go to the lake if it's nice. I'm like absolutely loving the warm weather. Honestly, if I could always be like blazing hot, I'm like for that. I am so for that. As long as I have a good outfit, like I feel good, and there's potentially a pool or a lake nearby, let's go. You know, like I could always jump in the water. It's hard when you're like cold. There's almost no warming up. But when you're hot, you can always like cool it down. Today is just really exciting because I feel like this for me is kind of just really getting back to my roots. And like the reality is I love this. And even if I never, ever, ever make money off of this is still something I want to pursue in my life because it makes me genuinely happy. And like, I don't know how you guys feel about drag queens, but I love Trixie Mattel. I am a big Trixie and Katya person. I don't really watch their pod, but like I be seeing clips of it, and my best friend loves the podcast. And it's like Trixie just, I was just watching a thing with her pretty recently. I think it might have been her and Brittany Broski on like Royal Court. And she was like, you know, like even if I didn't make money off of this is still something that I love. And I resonate with that so much because it's like, there is so much that I love. There is so much that I love about podcasting. There is so much that I love about doing YouTube. And it's like, I think I put all of this pressure on myself, and not only as like me, but as what I feel is like societal. And like society being like, well, why are we doing this thing if it's not making any money? Well, because it makes me genuinely happy. And like, I think passion and like hobbies is so important. And like, yeah, I absolutely would love to make money off of this. But the reality is if I never do, and if that never comes to fruition, I don't think it has to be this end all be all. And I think for a lot of my life, that reigns true, where like, I have all these end all be alls where I'm like, okay, I can't do this if it's not as successful as X, Y, and Z. And like, that's not fair to me. It's not fair because it's like, there is so much that I love, and then I'm depriving myself of all of these things that I truly love and I truly enjoy because I'm putting this monetary value on it. And I think we live in this society today that has such a problem with doing things just for the enjoyment of it. And that honestly makes me really sad. It makes me so sad. I think we live in a world today where, I don't know about you guys, but I think a lot of people really struggle with the little things. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people like won't do something because it's enjoyable. Instead, they'd rather get like sucked into social media and like that addiction factor, or like they'd rather just like do something that's going to make them money. And it's like, I don't think money is the root of all evil. I don't. Like, I'm on my second job grind right now. Like, I really want to get a second job at like night so that I can work my day job and then work another job at night. And then like, I love podcasting. I want to do podcasting more. I want to be posting on the YouTube channel more. And it's like, these are things that I love. And it's like, I put all these guidelines on myself. And I'm like, okay, well, if it's not great, I'm not even going to record. I'm not even going to try. And it's like, that's not fair to me. Like, I have these really fun video ideas. Like, it's literally Pride Month. It's literally June. It's literally Pride Month. And like, how dare I not post during Pride Month? that is so unfair. And it's like, I have all of these like funny, kind of like fun video ideas that I'm like, I think this would be really fun for Bride. And it's like, what? I'm like, no, they're not good enough. And it's like, that's not fair. It's not fair to me because I'm depriving myself of that joy. It's not fair to my audience because, like, I'm depriving you guys of literal content. And it's like, I love this. Like, to sit here at my desk and just, like, record a stupid little video or a stupid little podcast. It's like, I love this. This brings me so much joy. And honestly, it makes me feel so good. And it makes me feel so fulfilled. And it's like, my friend right now is like spiraling and she's like, I want to start a TikTok. And I'm like, please start a TikTok. And, you know, she makes a really good point. And she's like, nobody will care about my opinion. And I was like, I know. And then she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, nobody cares about my opinion. She was like, I do. And I was like, that's the point. Somebody somewhere will care about your opinion. Somebody somewhere will resonate with what I'm saying, and they'll get it in whatever capacity is equal to their life, and like we'll have something to bond over. Like, I think the best part about people is that we are all allowed to have our own opinions. And I think this is something that's completely normal and completely rational. And I think, like, we can, agree to disagree. And I think also, like, I can give you my opinion and I'd love to hear yours. And I think that's the best way of people. It's like, you are allowed to have your own opinion. And if anything, I encourage it. But like, I also like can only speak from my opinion and my experience. It's sad too, because there's so much I truly love to do that I like won't let myself do. Like, I'm slowly but surely learning how to play guitar. And like, I really like playing guitar. I like the way it feels in my hands. But you know what I don't like? I don't like not knowing how to do things. So then sometimes I don't let myself do it because I'm like, I don't know how to do this. But it's like, okay, if I just gave myself time and let myself learn, then I'd actually know how to do it. Like, I do the same thing with my keyboard. Like, I like to play it, but it's like, okay, I don't know what I'm actually doing. So like, I have this weird relationship with it. And it's like, I do these things to myself. And you know what it is? It's all about the expectation. There's so much expectation that I put on myself, and I think that society has put on us. Like, I'm a Gen Z kid, and like, I do think a big problem with my generation is like how much we complain. I love to complain. And it's not always like, but it's like, there's such a societal expectation. And you know, honestly, I don't care anymore. I don't care about your expectation. I don't need it from you. And like, honestly, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about what society expects from me. You know, like, yeah, I'm on my little second job grind. I'm going to get a second job. I'm going to pay off all my debt. I'm going to start actually saving fucking money. And like, I want to be a smart, responsible adult. And it's like, I do these things right now that I like low key can't afford. And I just like want to put myself in a better situation so that I can do more things that I actually enjoy. And I think that's so important. One day, do I want to work for myself from home? Yeah. Like, that is, for me, my end-all, be-all goal. Like, I really want to be stationed at home or somewhere where I could travel, like a remote job. And, like, my sister's boyfriend, Matt, I love Matt. He works for himself. And honestly, like, he inspires me like nobody else. I've said this before. I have two very normie parents. Like, my parents are very normal. Like, normal is like, I grew up very sheltered in that way, where they're trying so hard to be normal that they don't really have any like passions or like life. And it's like, my dad's been working at the same construction job for 27 years, and my mom works for like a rehabilitation clinic kind of. And like, she's been doing that for 19 years. And it's like, you know, like, my parents are very comfortable doing that. And it's like, they don't really have any friends. And like, my dad used to be a drummer, but like, my mom doesn't like him when he plays the drums, so he doesn't play them anymore. And like, there's just a household of like very limited hobbies, if you would. Like, they like come home every day. They make bland dinner and then they like go to bed. Like there's no relationship, there's no rapport, there's no community. And I think for me, and like what my life looks like is I want to go do things and I want to go enjoy. Like yesterday I came home, I like made dinner and then I went out with my sister and we hung out, and like then I get like for me I love to sit down and I love to watch my stupid little YouTube, and like I love that. Like right now I'm obsessed with Caleb Hammer, the financial audit guy. I'm obsessed. But like, you know, it's not a necessity. Like that's something that like if I had to give up I could. You know, and it's like yeah, like that's my little wind down time, but it's like it is so important in my life to like do things that make me genuinely happy and like engage myself, if you would. Like I've been hula hooping a lot this year, and like I go to all these festivals and I bring my little hula hoop and it's like a fun little thing. And it's like I've been going on a lot of walks this year, and it's like I just think there's so much of life to enjoy. I just want to like live, and it's like I know that's just like sounds like such a normal thing. And it's also like everybody has their own form of living. Everybody has their own desires. For me, I really like crowds. I like being in the party. I like going to concerts. I like going to I like very crowd-based work, and I really like to travel. And it's like, those are my goals. Those are my ambitions. Those are the things that I personally really enjoy. And it's like, that's not everyone's thing. And that's totally okay. Because everybody has something that resonates with them. Oh my God. I went to this Pride party actually like 2 weeks ago. It was great. And I get there and they were like, we're sold out. And I was like, please? And basically I got in, and it was great. It was the second year in a row I have been to this Pride party, and I saw so many familiar faces, and it was just like, honestly, so wonderful to be a part of that community. And especially in such scary times where it's like, I don't really like to get into this stuff, but like there's a lot of scary things happening, and there is a lot of people's voices trying to be taken away. And, you know, it's so wonderful to come together as a community and just show that we all are here and we all are supporting each other. I think that's beyond important. And like, I love the world I'm in. And it's like, I think it's just so important to do things that make you truly happy. It's like, yeah, for me, it's like, I love to party. I do. I like to go to parties. I like to go to concerts. Like, that will never end for me. And it's like, I love that. Like, that's really cool and it's really hip. And it's like, that also like won't be around forever. Like, for me, it's like really important to keep the scene alive. Cause like, you know, I grew up in a time and in a place like my town is pretty run down. Like we had a mall, and then when I was a freshman in high school, our mall closed, and it's like there's no third place. And I don't know if you guys know what a third place is, but there's like your house and like your job or like school, and then there's like a third place, which is usually very community driven. So for people who grew up in a town with a mall, like you're probably going to the mall on the weekends, you're probably going to the mall to hang out with your friends, and it's like we don't have anything like that where I live. When I was younger, I would go to the boys club. I would always hang out at I was at the boys club every day. I took carpentry, I took home ec, I was at the boys club all the time. Figure skating, oh, I was there. But it's like, as an adult, there's no place like that. I like the bar every once in a while, but I'm not really a big drinker. So, like, the bar also sometimes isn't my scene. I love karaoke night, but, like, that's about it. And it's like, for me, my scene is very, like, dance. I'm very pro club, but it's like, there's nothing like that around me. I have to drive at least an hour. And, like, we don't want to do that. And it's just, like, I think it's so important to find things in our community and to create things in our community. And like, that is kind of like the importance of going out and finding friends and like creating that community. And it's like, it's not that I don't like to be alone. I love to be alone, but it's like, I don't want to be alone in a societal aspect. And it's like, I think it's really important to go out and make friends and like enjoy spending time with people, because like, That's how we create community. That's how we create rapport. And I think that's so important. And the reality is we have this. Like, I know things are really scary right now. I don't have any of the answers to any of the future that we are living. But, I truly believe that if we are all here making small steps towards like positive change, that things will be okay. And I truly believe that as people, we will never stop sticking up for the human rights. And like, we are all human. And at the end of the day, we are all living life for the first time. And it's like, fuck society. And it's like, honestly, fuck the government at this point in time. And it's like scary. And it's like, I'm scared. I'm terrified. But you know what? We are going to make it through this. And I know we are all scared, but like, let's come together as people and let's stick up for what we truly believe in and let's support each other and nothing will stop us. I currently live in the town where like Susan B. Anthony is from, and it's like there's like a little display of her stuff on Main Street. And there's a little mug. So Susan B. Anthony was like basically the woman that got like women's voting started. And there's a mug and it says failure is impossible. And honestly, that for me is so inspirational. And I truly believe as people, failure is impossible. I truly believe, and I think we'll get there one day. And who knows what that looks like. But I truly think if we all stick together, things will turn out all right. I know we kind of ended this episode on a crazy note, but I love you all so much, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. Mwah.